Hello everyone, my name is Evelyn Angel Sinaga from the Accounting Study Program class AKT 23A, and in this video I will be discussing the management letter. Management letter is a written report prepared by the auditor after the completion of the audit process. This letter is not intended to alter the audit opinion, but contains non-material findings such as weakness in internal control system, procedural errors, or areas that need improvement. The management letter serves as a form of professional communication between the auditor and the management, aimed at helping improve the overall quality of company's management and operations. The primary purpose of a management letter is to provide recommendations that will help the company improve its internal system and operational performance. During the audit, auditors often identify issues such as inefficient process, weak cash control, or lack of task segregations. Even though these findings may not materially affect the fairness of the financial statements, they could still lead to significant risks in the future, such as fraud, loss of asset, or inefficiency. Through the management letter, the auditor communicates these matters politely and constructively, offering suggestions for corrective actions. By implementing the recommendations, management can strengthen internal control system, improve efficiency, and build a culture of continuous improvement that enhances overall corporate governance. The management letter serves several important functions. For the auditor, it demonstrates professionalism and a proactive attitude, showing that the auditor's role is not limited to finding errors but also includes helping clients improve their systems. For management, it becomes an essential evaluation tool for reviewing how well internal control systems are functioning. The letter's recommendations often lead to continuous improvement initiatives where companies regularly assess and refine their policies and procedures. For instance, if auditors find the authorizations process for transactions is weak, management can use this feedback to introduce stronger approval procedures. They show that auditing goes beyond checking numbers. It provided added value by helping organizations enhance efficiency, transparency, and reliability. A typical management letter consists of three key sections. The first sections, the introductions, explain that the audit has been conducted in accordance with applicable auditing standards, and the purpose of this letter is to provide constructive feedback. The second section outlines the findings, areas where weakness or inefficiency were observed. For example, missing documentation, lack of supervision, or non-compliance with internal policies. The auditor also explained the potential risks if these weaknesses are not addressed. The third section contains recommendations where the auditor offers practical steps management can take to fix the issue. This may include new administrative procedures, system upgrades, or stronger internal control measures. In some cases, the auditor may also rank these recommendations by priority, helping management decide which action to take first. For example, during an audit, the auditor finds that company has no proper authorizations procedure for cash disbursement. This means one person can approve and release funds without oversight, creating a high risk of misuse or fraud. In the management letter, the auditor will report this finding and recommended that the company establish a clear policy, such as requiring two signatures or dual approval for all transactions above a certain amount. This example shows how the management letter is not about critiques. It's about providing constructive and preventive solution. It helps management identify weakness early and strengthen controls before problems escalate. The management letter serves as a professional communication tool between the auditor and management, not as critique but as a means for improvement. By following up on the recommendation, the company can strengthen internal controls, reduce the risk of errors, and enhance stakeholder confidence in its